this lesson, we'll be learning about 3 other types of chemical reactions. The first reaction in this lesson that we'll be learning about is displacement reaction. Now, what exactly is a displacement reaction? As the name suggests, a reaction is said to be a displacement reaction when a metal displaces another metal from a compound which is made up of a metal and a non-metal. Now, let us take an example to understand this better. Let's take a test tube which contains copper sulfate solution. Now, as you can see, this copper sulfate solution is blue in color. Now, let's go ahead and add an iron nail to this test tube and let's keep it aside for some time. After some time, what you'll observe is that the blue copper sulfate solution has now turned into a very sky blue sort of a color. Also, if you remove the iron nail from the solution, you will observe that the iron nail now has a brown coating on it. Now, what do you think has happened? What happens is that iron replaces copper in the copper sulfate solution. Let us go ahead and write down the chemical equation of this reaction. So it will be Fe, that is iron, plus copper sulfate, that is CuSO4, will give us iron sulfate, that is FeSO4, along with copper. So this is what is a displacement reaction. Now similarly, if you replace the iron nail with a few pieces of zinc, a similar reaction will take place. Zinc will displace copper in copper sulfate to give us zinc sulfate along with copper. This reaction can be shown as Zn, that is zinc, plus copper sulfate, that is CuSO4, will give us zinc sulfate, ZnSO4, plus Cu, that is copper. Now, why do you think does this happen? Why does one metal displace another metal? This happens because of something called as reactivity series. Now, not going much into detail about this, you will learn about this in your future classes, right? But what happens is that a more reactive metal replaces a less reactive metal in a displacement reaction. The next type of reaction that we'll be covering in this lesson is double displacement reaction. Now, as the name suggests, it's very similar to what we learned about displacement reaction. A double displacement reaction happens when two compounds which both contain a metal and a non-metal element react with each other to exchange their metal or non-metal element. Now, don't get confused. Let's take an example. It's fairly simple. Let's take a test tube which contains sodium sulfate and let's add barium chloride to this solution. Now, as you can see, what really happens is that a cloudy white substance is formed which is insoluble in water. This cloudy white substance that is formed is called a precipitate. A precipitate is nothing but another state that is often formed in a chemical reaction. This is a state where a substance is not soluble in water. A reaction in which a precipitate is formed is called a precipitate reaction. Right? So now why do you think does this displacement happen? Where sodium sulfate reacts with barium chloride to give us barium sulfate along with sodium chloride. This happens because barium, which has a positive charge, reacts with sulfate which has a negative charge to give us barium sulfate. Similarly, sodium, which has a positive charge, reacts with chlorine, which has a negative charge, to give us sodium chloride. Right now, again, this is very similar to what we learned about displacement reaction. This happens because of the reactivity series of the metal. I hope you have clearly understood the concept of displacement and double displacement reaction. Now, the next type of reaction that we'll be talking about is oxidation and reduction. A substance is said to be oxidized when it gains oxygen in a chemical reaction. Similarly, when a substance loses oxygen in a chemical reaction, it is said to be reduced. Right? So this is what is oxidation and reduction. Let's take an example of both of these. Now, what do you think happens when copper reacts with oxygen? Right? Now, when you heat copper wire in the presence of oxygen in the atmosphere, what happens is that copper oxide is formed. This chemical reaction can be represented as Cu plus oxygen will give us copper oxide. Right? So here copper is said to be oxidized in this reaction, and this is an oxidation reaction. Now let us take another example. Now similarly, taking copper oxide from this reaction, let's pass hydrogen gas from this reaction. Now let's take an example of a reduction reaction. Let us take copper oxide and pass hydrogen gas through this copper oxide. Now what do you think will happen in this reaction? What will happen is that when copper oxide reacts with hydrogen, it gives us H2O along with copper. So in this reaction, copper oxide is said to be reduced because it is losing oxygen. Similarly, hydrogen is said to be oxidized because it is gaining oxygen. Another great example of a redox reaction is when manganese oxide reacts with hydrochloric acid. What happens is that manganese is reduced to form manganese chloride along with H2O along with chlorine. Right? So let us just quickly go ahead and write down this reaction. Manganese oxide, that is MnO2 plus 4HCl will give us MnCl2 plus H2O plus Cl2. Right? So in this reaction, manganese oxide is reduced and H2O or hydrogen is oxidized. Now I hope you have understood the concept of redox reactions.